Hello everyone and welcome to the Socks Make People Sexy Let's Play Summer School 2015, and please ignore the fact that it is January. Anyway, my name is Jetstorm4 and we're doing week 1 this week with Ganbare Goemon 2 for the Super Famicom. In particular this week is Shop Class, and in Shop Class I need to play as a robot or a cyborg. Anyway, and what so happens that Ganbare Goemon has a cyborg or robot. And his name is Sasuke, the ninja that was created by a pervy old man in the mountains, whose initial name is Wise Man. What I mean by pervy old man, you collect porn for him in some point in the series. Anyway, we have Goemon and Ebisumaru relaxing at the beach after a vacation, and lo and behold, they're having a pretty good time, especially Ebisumaru, and we're gonna get a close-up. Hey, no close-ups. However, troubles are brewing. In particular, Sasuke has come to visit. But why has Sasuke come to visit? He has a warning to Goemon and Ebisumaru. Something is happening. An invasion. An evil invasion of robot rabbits. Why robot rabbits? Because this villain is insane. He's a European conqueror who wants to take over Japan, and who sold Goemon and Ebisumaru tickets to take a vacation, so he could take it over while they're gone. Now, if I were a villain, this is what I'd do. I would actually sell these tickets to have them on vacation, and while they're gone, I can take over the country. I mean, needless to say, Goemon is not pleased with this in the slightest, and Ebisumaru is more or less... I have actually no idea what he's thinking. Nobody knows what he's thinking. By the way, if you haven't noticed yet, yes, these characters are the main characters of The Legend of the Mystical Ninja, known as Kid Yang and Dr. Yang there, but nobody really uses that for them. Later games that were released in the US changed their names back to Goemon, Ebisumaru. If you notice, Sasuke is the boss of one of the levels in Mystical Ninja, specifically the Aiga boss. He's the ninja that's on the kite, or I think there's multiple ninjas on the kite there. Anyway, what we have here is a standard platformer. You have your moving, you have your slashing. Sasuke has a close range attack. It's a little further away than Goemon's and Ebisumaru's, but it's a little bit closer, excuse me. However, once we collect that cat, Ebisumaru now has an infinite long-range attack, unlike Goemon. You notice that Sasuke started with less money, and this probably more compensating for the fact that he gets a long-range weapon as his first upgrade. Now, you can upgrade your weapon twice in Ganbare Goemon 2. For Sasuke at least, one is to the shot weapon, and his second one is a angled shot from the direction he's facing, so you have two shurikens being thrown. Basically, collect all the treasure. You can notice there I jumped on a fish. I can ride that fish throughout the level, and the water moves faster. And throughout, once you get to the end, the Tanuki statue, you destroy it and collect all the money coming inside. If you're in a vehicle, you can stand above it. That's basically what this game amounts to for its levels. We go into a world map here, which we eventually reach a town level. Town levels are a little bit different than Mystical Ninja. Nobody attacks you in towns in this game, except if you attack somebody. If you do attack somebody, there are going to be other townspeople that are going to be attacking you. Here we have Wise Man, giving the main characters here a conch shell. Whatever this conch shell is going to be used for later, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. So in the towns, you can go into different shops in different areas, save your game. You can recover any health that you've lost by spending your money you've collected. And then you can buy items. Just like Mystical Ninja, you can buy several different items, like a coat that can protect you from one hit, a hat that protects you from projectiles for one time, and the rice balls there will heal you when your health gets too low. They'll heal you automatically, you don't have a selection to use it. Nonetheless, spend your money there and good luck. Now, what I'm not using here, what I haven't used yet, is a bomb attack that Sasuke has. Basically, it's a bomb he throws in an arc that costs a little bit of money to use each time. Nothing too much. Now we come to the second level, and as you notice, when I shot that rabbit, he jumped. It's kind of the main thing of that enemy. If you're at the same level as he is, he's going to jump when your shuriken reaches him. So what you want to do is kind of have a shuriken more in the air instead. He won't jump for that one. Or he can jump right into your shot like that. Second enemy there are those Pogo enemies there. Pogo enemies with the buckets on their head. Now they just jump in an arc at you, and what you want to do is kind of go under them, or once they reach the screen, hit them. Those buckets there will eventually pop out those Pogo enemies. And what you want to do there is basically hit the bucket before you even approach it. Once you approach it, the enemy will start pop out and will try to hit you. One thing I want to note here is this music is really good on that, and it's a fairly good listen. This soundtrack is pretty decent, especially for this game. And then we have a second vehicle that we've seen here, the mouse. And basically all this is a roaming tank and fire a shot, very similar to the fish, only it moves faster on land. And yeah, you have these rabbit enemies, basically. Keep going through the small level, not too hard. Now, from there, you just saw my vehicle was destroyed. If you take too much damage while on a vehicle, you won't take damage yourself, but the vehicle will be destroyed after so many hits. So you won't be able to get that vehicle back unless you collect another one from an enemy. And also, with the Tanuki statue, you can't stand over it to collect all that money, so you have to sort of jump around. And we're coming up to the first fortress stage of the game. And this particular stage, and this music is really, really good. We have these rabbits coming out of chandeliers, these shield rabbits you basically just jump over and not worry about. Or you can hit them when they're about to fire their shot. A lot of this level is platforming. Lots of platforming in this one. You have these jumps here. They're pretty easy to make, though. You're not going to have anything too hard. But these moving platforms move up and down across these bars. And which you basically do, time yourself correctly. Nothing else I can really say too much. All I can say is that dancing looks pretty darn good in the background there, doesn't it? A lot of the backgrounds look really nice for this game. And just over there, if you see that, see those lights that are moving kind of in there too, they look pretty nice in the back. Now what I just collected there was a golden cat. If you get that golden cat, you can increase your health bar. They're hidden throughout the game. Find them. Can't say too much, but if you give a lucky cat, you get lucky. That's all I can really say there. Different jumps, different timing. Keep going. Now, the Goemon games in particular start getting funnier at about this point. There's some funny moments in this game that happen. Just the cutscenes and through the story and through just the wacky things that happen. Look at this fortress. It's a theater. Just wacky Japanese humor that you don't see often, and I can definitely see why this game probably wasn't brought to America. And you notice there, I just took a hit, but I didn't lose any health because I have that coat. Now here with this vehicle, I can't jump, but I can move and I can step on enemies, these small enemies. But we're coming to our first boss, the sumo robot. I'm just gonna call him the sumo robot. I don't know what else he has. We have on this drum-like object here, a sumo ring, but I suggest get out of the robot once he charges you up first and just keep pummeling him. And from there, yeah. And as you see, we have a man in a rabbit suit. Yes, the generals in this game are men in rabbit suits. I told you this game brings up the silly. But the rabbit man is escaping. Why is the rabbit man escaping? Because he is a rabbit, and rabbits just run. That's all they do. Well, what are we to do? The fortress is collapsing. The situation is tense. I can't read the Japanese, unfortunately, so sorry there, you're not getting anything out of me. A giant arm reaches in. We're about to see the scariest thing in your life. Or the coolest, depending on your age. Probably my age, I'm a little more scared of this thing than not. But Goemon 2 is the introduction of Goemon Impact. The Goemon team's giant robot. Why is there a giant robot in Feudal Japan? Because video games. Because it is Goemon. That is the only reason. I don't care at this point. It's just freaking awesome. And for the Goemon levels, we get to destroy copious amounts of buildings, trees, and forests in order to build up our energy meter. And the problem I have with Goemon 2 is actually these levels. These levels are not too tough. It's what's approaching. It's going to get tougher. We're preparing ourselves for the boss coming up. And the boss is going to be a giant robot battle, I'll tell you that. But what we have is an energy meter that's slowly depleting. We need to build up that energy meter by destroying all these buildings and people and forests and enemies by roller skating on top of them. And using our giant pipe to hit all the aerial enemies. What I can really say here is, let's try to build it up to above a number. I think 365 there is going to be good for us. Now what you see here is maybe a little confusing. But yes, we are in the cockpit of Goemon Impact. And we have our money on the left, on that small HUD there, and our energy on the right. Now you notice our energy is still going down. This is, I think, the hardest part of this game's impact battles, is that you're sort of timed on them to defeat the enemy as fast as you can, without taking too much damage. Because if you take damage, you lose energy. But you keep losing energy no matter what. See, in later Goemon games, this isn't a problem. As you see here, mostly doing is blocking that attack and then punching him immediately. I think that's the best way to do it. You can time it, though, so you can punch him right as he's flying towards you. I find this to be really tricky timing, though. It'd be harder to judge if that radar weren't there, though. That radar back down there shows how far the enemy is away from you in relation to, you yourself at the center point. Overall, looks like kind of a game of Metal Combat, almost, for the Super Nintendo. And actually, it looks really cool. The scaling and effects here in the Mode 7 looks really good. What's going on here. But as you see, his HP is up there at the top. He has about 42. I'm trying to punch him here, but I keep failing. But it's going to get close. Give him 2 shots, and oh my gosh, that was the closest battle for that. 14 health, I would have been dead if any of those bullets hit me before I killed him. Whew. And that, I think, is the toughest part of Goemon 2, or the impact battles. And the thing is, they get easier as the game goes on. Or as the series goes on. But here we go, we have the end of the Goemon battle. We see here that Sasuke is indeed a robot with his hair there, and Ebisumaru's lack of care for the entire situation. Thank you, Dr. Gang, thank you. But then we have our enemy's fortress right there. And of course, all of our generals are these rabbit men who are one has failed. And well, I'm sure his European Shogun Master is not pleased. But enough about the European Shogun Master. At the end here, we're going to come up to World 2, and basically going to be the end of this level. And this is an automatic scrolling level, which do happen from time to time in this game. Nothing to really worry about, though, for this one especially. All you have to really worry about are these platforms that are going to move back and forth. Other than that, you can jump in this vehicle and get in here. And unfortunately, that's going to be the end for us for week 1 of the Let's Play Summer School. Hopefully Rhett doesn't school us too much longer with the next events going on. And for the rest of the guys competing, good luck as well. This is going to be a day. Actually, it's going to be a month. Actually, 8 weeks. Screw my time since I don't even know if it's summer anywhere or not.